walked every day to and from school, except I came at lunchtime home by myself. So the neighborhood was sort of self-enclosed. I felt very comfortable in it. Everyone was like me. It was a all Jewish neighborhood. A lot of young kids my age, kids my sister's age, older kids for Uncle Herb. We all had a set of friends. We all did stuff with our friends and went to school with our friends and played with our friends, and it was all very self-contained. That's what I remember the most. There was no need to venture because everything you needed was right there in the neighborhood. And I was feeling pretty good about things. I had everything. The shops were Bustleton Avenue, Castor Avenue, bakeries, restaurants, drugstores, supermarkets, toy stores, 5 and 10s, pharmacies, shoe stores, dairy stores. We had a store, Sailors, which was just a dairy store. I never heard of that.
Can you spell it?
Sailors, I believe. I should look that up. It might have been S-A-Y. It was a person's name. It might have been S-A-Y-L-O-R. In fact, I think it was S-A-Y-L-O-R because it was a person's name. It was a very small store, and it was just a dairy store. And it was like a barrel of farmer's cheese. And I went in with Grandmom, and you got your own bucket, like own plastic tub. You took as much farmer cheese from the thing as you wanted. They weighed it, put a lid on it, and that was it. Butter, eggs, just dairy. And it was a great store for all of the Jewish cooks because a lot of the stuff like balinces and stuff like that people were making, you needed a lot of dairy products to stuff in the middle, right? So I loved Sailors. Next to Sailors, there was, maybe not right next, but next to, was a children's shoe store where I got my shoes. And it was called Freelux, F-R, I don't know how to spell it. It was someone's name as well, Freelock. I found out later that a person who was a teaching consultant with me in Phil Whip, her father was the owner. I didn't know this until we were both adults, and somehow we started to talk about it. Freelux was a girls' shoe store, little girls, and I got pumps there, and I remember the black patent leather pumps with the strap. Was dress shoes, and that's where I got that. There was a women's clothing shop. Movies. I had in my neighborhood 5 movies that you could walk to, that you could go to before the Orleans opened up. We had the Tyson, the Castor, the Benner, the Merben. Maybe there were 4. Castor, Tyson, Benner, Merben, and Mayfair. But Mayfair was like the second level.
So they're all 1 to 2 or 1 screen?
No, they were more than a block or 2.
No, 1 screen or...
1 screen.
1 screen, okay.
1 movie house.
Yeah, right.
Kind of like the highway. And there were always matinees, so you could, if you didn't like one movie, there was... it was just, everything was there. It was very self-contained in neighborhood. And I felt very safe in terms of as safe as I could feel based on the things that happened to me. And I've talked about that at other times. But I felt, maybe the word isn't safe. Maybe I felt contained. That I didn't need to go further than my neighborhood to be fed, schooled, entertained, amused, played. And there was never any question that I would get out of my neighborhood. And it didn't actually happen for, my brother and sister. They sort of stayed in the neighborhood in a way, both of them. And I guess that could have happened to me as well. But we've talked before about, the things that were happening in my generation that helped me move out of the neighborhood.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So I don't know how much time we spent on the pool. I feel like I've heard that before, but I don't know if we spent a lot of time. Curious to me. So what was that like, especially for you, especially because you didn't swim, right? So what did you do there?